Not every punishment is made of flames. Some are made of silence, of weight, of solitude that lasts for ages. Before Zeus claimed the heavens, before Hercules raised his club, before mankind learned to name the stars, there was a being. A curved figure, hands driven into the rock, and upon his shoulders, not the earth but the sky itself. This is the legacy of Atlas. Long before the heroes, even before the gods, there were the Titans, primordial beings, born from the violent union of Uranus, the sky, and Gaia, the earth. Among the oldest, there was one named Iapetus, and from him came Atlas. From birth, there was something unyielding in this Titan, a presence unmoved while others raged. He observed while Prometheus questioned, Atlas accepted. But what seemed like resignation was, in truth, restrained strength, deep silence, a sea of stone awaiting the right moment to shatter. His brothers earned their names over time: Prometheus, the rebel who stole fire; Epimetheus, the fool who opened Pandora's box; Menœtius, the arrogant one struck down. But Atlas did not act on impulse. He acted as pillars do, by bearing the weight, until the day thunder fell upon the world. Zeus, son of Cronus, rose against his father and war began. On one side, the young gods of Olympus; on the other, the ancient Titans, colossal, towering like mountains. Atlas was one of the first to take a stand, not out of anger, but out of loyalty. For the skies Zeus sought to conquer were already upheld by the Titans, and Atlas knew this. For 10 years the world trembled. Rivers withdrew, mountains bowed, the sky caught fire, and at the center of the war stood Atlas. Fists of stone, eyes of granite, he fought beside Cronus, leading ancient armies. But the Titans were defeated. The gods of Olympus triumphed with cunning, with new weapons, and with an unquenchable fire. Prometheus betrayed them, Epimetheus followed. Atlas stood until the end, and he was punished for it. Zeus condemned his brothers to Tartarus, but for Atlas the fate was different, a punishment without end, a burden that could not be forgotten. He was sent to the edge of the world at the shores of the west to forever bear the sky. Not the earth, but Uranus, the sky father, separating him from Gaia, his mother, severing him from everything he once knew. Since then, Atlas remains there, bowed, silent, holding the firmament. What moves in the stars moves because he endures. What turns in the sky turns because his shoulders have not given way. With every sunset, when the west bleeds, it is Atlas's sweat that paints the horizon. Mortals have forgotten him, but he is still there. When sailors lift their eyes, seeking direction in the constellations, they do not know they see the traces of Atlas. When farmers count the seasons, when shepherds follow the moon, it is he who keeps the order. Atlas the condemned became a guide. Atlas the exile became an axis. But as centuries pass, no one prays to him. No one lights fires in his name. No one sings his deeds. For he did not triumph, he did not deceive, he merely endured. And endurance has never been worthy of praise. Yet there was a moment, a brief pause, when Hercules, the bastard son of Zeus, came to him. The hero sought the golden apples of the Hesperides, daughters of Atlas, fruits hidden in the western garden, guarded by an immortal serpent, shielded from human touch. Hercules, with his strength, could not take them, but Atlas could, and so the hero offered a deal. Let me bear the sky for a while, and you fetch the apples. Atlas hesitated. After millennia, someone was offering relief, a moment, a breath. He accepted. He handed the firmament to Hercules, straightened his spine, lifted his eyes for the first time in ages. The absence of weight was dizzying. Atlas walked, found the apples, and upon returning refused to take back the burden. He said he would carry the apples himself, but Hercules, with cunning, asked him to hold the sky just a moment longer while he adjusted the straps on his shoulders. Atlas fell into the trap, and before he realized it, he was once again beneath the sky. Alone, betrayed, forgotten, as always. Later, when Perseus roamed the world with Medusa's head in his satchel, he crossed paths with Atlas, and Atlas, weary of it all, denied him hospitality. The son of Zeus did not accept refusal. He raised the Gorgon's head, and Atlas became a mountain. His body turned into the peaks we now call the Atlas Mountains, but men forgot there was once a Titan there. They say he sleeps, still bearing the sky even as stone, that his breath stirs the clouds, that his pain echoes in the storms. Yet some say Atlas still lives, that he rises on moonless nights, that his eyes still burn above the heavens. Because there are burdens that cannot be lifted, not even by death, Atlas became the symbol of unglorified effort, of silent resistance, of eternal punishment. And perhaps had the Titans won, Atlas would have been king of the skies, ruler of the world. But because he defied the gods, he was turned into a reminder, a warning, a silent threat to those who dare lift their heads, to those who refuse to bow their knees. For the punishment of the gods is not death, it is weight, the weight that never ends. The world spins, the seasons change, time marches on. But Atlas remains. The sky has not fallen because one Titan still endures.